In a world where carbs are your enemy, you need one man to help you fight your battles. That man is Jimmy.
Combating nutrition disinformation and general bull. It's Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com.
How can you eat keto if you are a vegetarian or vegan? While eating meat and other nutrient-dense animal-based foods certainly makes it easier to consume a low-carb, moderate-protein, high-fat ketogenic diet, it's certainly possible to experience the full benefits of nutritional ketosis eating a mostly plant-based diet. Adding in eggs can supply an excellent source of complete proteins and healthy fats to go along with ample amounts of nutritious, non-starchy, and green leafy vegetables. Using plenty of fats such as coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil, macadamia nut oil, as well as macadamia nuts, almonds, and walnuts will be the lifeblood of your vegetarian keto lifestyle. Just because you don't eat meat doesn't mean you can't be keto.
Simplified short-form keto videos found exclusively at ketowhiteboard.info. Watch it, share it, live it.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another Instagram Live, and we're here with another episode of Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com is the website if you want to engage in the content. Start off over at JimmyRants.com. You'll see that we do these videos on Instagram Live lately, primarily in the mornings, and then YouTube Live in the afternoons. So go follow me if you're not already following me on both of those platforms. It's the exact same username at Livin' Low Carb Man, LIVINLOWCARBMAN. On Instagram Live, you can actually watch it live, or if you missed the live, you can watch it on replay for up to 24 hours. If I go live on YouTube, it actually stays up on YouTube all the time. You just get to see it live. If you missed the replay on Instagram, we do put all the past episodes up on YouTube after we're done. So go over to youtube.com/livinglowcarbman. You'll see all the past episodes. You can also type in keyword Jimmy Rants and find the show. Finally, we do have a podcast that is associated with this show as well. Go look it up, you guys, on Apple Podcast as well as Stitcher. Just type in Jimmy Rants, Jimmy Moore. You'll find the show. The Jimmy Rants podcast has the best of the best moments of this here show in podcast form. All of these links, you guys, are at JimmyRants.com. Today's Jimmy Rants is one you're just not going to believe until you hear it. Because we have gotten to the place in our culture where everybody is offended by every little thing. Have you noticed that lately? People get their proverbial panties in a wad about literally everything now. And so because of that, we have all kinds of people getting sensitive about things that people say and how they say them. And this story I'm about to share with you is Exhibit A of what I'm talking about. Meat-themed sayings are now being called on to be banned from public discussion so as not to offend the animal rights people that are vegans. And what I want to talk about here today is how much that offends me. So here it is, you guys. This is not a fake news story. This is real headline news. Phrases like "bring home the bacon" could be banned so as to avoid offending vegans. This is not a joke. They are dead serious about this. There is this academic from Swansea University. Her name's Sharina Hamza. And she believes that changing meat-themed sayings will bring about awareness to animal cruelty. Yes, you're hearing me right. If you're just joining us, there is a call to ban popular phrases that put meat in it, like "bring home the bacon." There is a call to ban those so we don't offend the poor vegans, the poor animal rights people. No, boo-hoo if they have to hear about bringing home the bacon. But let's get into the story. Bring home the bacon may soon be banned in order to stop offending vegans, an academic has claimed. There's some bacon, by the way. Ooh, yummy, delicious bacon. Okay. Other expressions that they're trying to ban. And Grandma Does Keto said, when pigs fly. Exactly. Y'all keep throwing animal-based expressions up there. That'll be funny here in a minute. Other expressions including killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Hey, but you killed 2 birds with 1 stone. You have a saying, and you also piss off the vegans. How great is that? You kill 2 birds with 1 stone. It's awesome. Flog a dead horse. That's another one that could apparently go out of fashion. The whole point of this is this Sharina Hamza of Swansea University. There she is. The whole point of this, she says, is to avoid offending all of the animal lovers. What about the people who are meat lovers? What about the people who see meat as a very healthy and good thing in their life? Right? So why is there no consideration for our feelings? Why do we want to avoid offending animal lovers when meat lovers get offended by this whole notion that we need to appease the animal lovers by eliminating meat-themed sayings from society? Is this the most bizarre thing you've ever heard? Of course, animal rights charity PETA, People Eating Tasty Animals, is also on board, and they want people to replace sayings such as take the bull by the horns with take the flower by the thorns. Take the flower by the thorns. No, I'm going to keep saying take the bull by the horns. Dr. Hamza believes that the influence of veganism will bring about awareness of animal cruelty and encourage people towards using less meat-themed phrases. So hold on. So since the plant-based message is not catching on in a big way, they feel the need to now try to eradicate any colloquialisms that use meat in them. What about pour some sugar on me? Or sweetie, or sugar pie honey bun. There's so many like phrases of carby type things, but nobody in keto is calling to ban them. What a bunch of hogwash. See what I did there? She told the Conversation academic website that if veganism forces us to confront the realities of food's origins, then this increased awareness will undoubtedly be reflected in our language and literature. Well, let it happen naturally. If you truly believe that, Miss Hamza, if you truly believe that veganism forces us to understand and confront the realities of where our food comes from, then this increased awareness will undoubtedly be reflected in our language. Well, what about the people that embrace a carnivore diet? What about the people who see meat as a health modality, who see that animal-based food that you think is so abhorrent as a good thing in their life? Are you not offending them simply by making this suggestion that we eradicate something that's very major in the lives of most people? And when you got half of the YouTube vegan advocates now eating meat again, this is a huge story, by the way. And I briefly touched on it with Ravana about a week and a half ago, but huge story. A lot of these YouTubers that are very into the plant-based message, they're starting to eat meat again. Their health is going down. And with you've got all of these people that are acknowledging the good things that meat are doing, why, pray tell, would we have anybody wanting to eradicate language of all things that have meat themes? And to me, this is just the ancillary of silliness, because if their message is to get people to not eat meat, then what the heck is this whole colloquialisms, involving meat and animals? Well, what is this about? Are they just about absurdity? Because that's what they look like they're about. Or are they actually about trying to get people to stop eating meat? Maybe they think if we no longer say, bring home the bacon, you won't think about bacon, and therefore you won't eat bacon. I don't know. The increased awareness of vegan issues will filter through our consciousness to produce new modes of expression. So they've got a lot of replacement expressions for some of these. She adds, it's unlikely these sayings would ever be completely removed, but using them less and less could increase the impact of animal rightsdom. Well, la-dee-freaking-da. All right, let's see what they want to do. The image of killing two birds with one stone is, if anything, made much more powerful. Watch this, you guys. This one cracked me up. Instead of kill two birds with one stone, they want feeding two birds with one scone. I am offended as a low-carb ketogenic eater that you would dare talk about eating scones. Oh, the horrors. Feeding two birds with one scone. My goodness, where have we gotten? PETA also hopes to replace the phrase to flog a dead horse with to feed a fed horse. Why would you feed a fed horse? If a horse is fed, they don't need to be given any more feed. So why would you feed a fed horse? Does any of this make sense? Doesn't to me. It just looks like they're bored and they're looking for something to whine and complain about. Oh, nobody's paying attention to our message. Oh, everybody just needs to go vegan. Don't they care about the animals? Oh, I wish they would stop using meat-based themes. That's where we are. One more they have. Instead of saying more than one way to skin a cat, and if you live in the South, we say more than one way to skin a cat pretty often. They want it to be more than one way to peel a potato. That poor potato. Why would they do that? Why would they want to peel a potato? Potatoes have feelings. Potatoes have feelings. You don't want to hurt the potato. They got a lot of eyes. They're watching you. Hungry eyes watching you. Little Hall of Notes for you 1980s fans. So guys, this is not a joke. They want to get rid of meat-themed sayings. They want to ban them so as not to offend vegans. Is this really where we've gotten in this? Is this really the next step in this movement? Because to me, as someone who is eating keto carnivore right now, if this is the best they got, if this is all they have to do now because everybody is rejecting their whole notion that eating an exclusively plant-based diet, they're rejecting that message. They don't want to hear about that message. They realize the value that comes from animal foods. So, do you change anybody's mind or behavior simply by removing meat-based themes? To me, they're trying to propagandize people into not eating meat. How about convincing people all the great health benefits that come from eating a meatless diet? They've tried. Guys, veganism has been out there for decades, and they haven't made huge inroads. The population as a whole, it's maybe 5% of the population eat a plant-based diet. And that's being judicious. Most people realize, maybe they'll do it for a period of time, but most people eventually realize, I need to add in some complete proteins into my diet or I'm not going to do well. They start to see declines in their health, like we saw with that Ravana lady, who's the very famous 2 million followers on YouTube, vegan, and she recently added back in some fish and some eggs. And there's other YouTuber vegans that have said, hey, look, I had to do this for my health, adding back in meat again. If it's such a strong message, they need to let the message stand rather than calling for a silly ban on expressions and colloquialisms that involve meat. All right, I want to see what you guys have to say. And again, if you're just joining us, please write in any meat-based colloquialisms and phrases that you know about, and we'll get them all in here before they ban them. We don't want to not be able to, say these. All right, let's see what you got. Bonnie Lene says, oh, brother. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when pigs fly. I love that, Val. Megan said, bring home the tofu. Kimberly. That's a good one, Megan. Bring home the tofu instead of bring home the bacon. Yeah, no. Joshua says, don't go bacon my heart. I couldn't if I fried bacon in the sun. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, says Grandma Does Keto. Equal rights for geese. Yes. I love that phrase, by the way. I never did understand what a gander was, but we all said the phrase anyway. Bonnie Lene, all the words that offend people nowadays is turning into another language to learn. Yeah. One thing you've learned about Jimmy Moore very quickly watching Jimmy Rants is I ain't very politically correct, and nor do I care. And nor do I try to be. I'm just me. And I don't try to acquiesce to anybody's objections that they have, the way I say things or do things. I'm just me. What you see is what you get. Kimberly says, can't touch my bacon. Is that like can't touch this? No, they're not going to touch my bacon. Take the flower by the thorns. Now you're offending the florist, says Val. Fat Fueled Fitness, I just can't. Yes, believe it. Believe it. They want to get rid of meat-based themes. Funny. Keep being real. Kimberly, that's all I know how to be. Watching this while I enjoy eating the bacon my hubby brings home. That's awesome, Val. Bring home that bacon. You're making me laugh hysterically. Feed two birds with one scone. I'm serious. That was one of the replacement phrases. Instead of kill two birds with one stone, feed two birds with one scone. It's nonsense, right? Feed a fed horse. Oh my, yes, exactly. Val says another one, give a man a fish. Exactly. Give a man a fish. They'll pummel this BS into elementary schools first. And C-Doc, you're kind of joking, but I think that's where this kind of indoctrination, let's just be honest with what it is going to happen. They'll start at a very young age. Oh, well, we don't want to offend all the animal rights people because they really care about the animals. So if they care about the animals, we don't need to offend them just because they choose not to eat meat because they love animals. All those dastardly carnivore people, they hate animals. They want to murder animals. And they're going to kind of phrase it that way. By the way, I love vegetables. And so I choose not to eat them. I don't murder vegetables. I don't eat any of them. And all those murderous vegetarians and vegans, they kill vegetables every single day. So I don't know how they get away with it. Vegetables are murder. So yeah, just thought I'd let you guys know that as a PSA. Val says PETA has also said it's a crime against females to eat eggs and drink milk. Yeah, they say a lot of wacky things. Bonnie Lene, I'm going to buy a pig farm and spread the love. Well, they'll say, well, you can have a pig, just don't eat him. Don't kill him. So guys, the bottom line in this Jimmy Rant's a little more whimsical today with what we shared. But yes, there is a move to remove and ban any meat-based sayings so we don't offend the vegans, so we don't offend the animal rights activists. And guys, I don't know about you, but that offends me. And it's just hilarious the extent to which this vegan message is trying to penetrate into the culture when Veganism and plant-based diets have been rejected again and again and again. And if all they've got is propaganda, if all they have to do is to put out messages of, well, we need to ban, bring home the bacon and kill two birds with one stone, and all these kind of, another one, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. You know, all these phrases that are just so common in our English language. They want to ban that stuff. It's incredible. It's incredible. Now you've let the cat out of the bag about what they're doing, says Val. See, Val, I knew I needed somebody like you in here today to help add to this. But yes, it is preposterous to think that they want to ban us from saying anything that has animals as a colloquialism or a phrase. I say we do it all the more then. And I double dog dare them to try to shut us up, right? That's it for this episode of Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com is the website. As always, you can hop on over to JimmyRants.com. And once you're there, you can see that we start off the show. I've been doing in the mornings Instagram Live and in the afternoons YouTube Live. We're trying to change things up just a little bit, you guys, to give more options for people to see. I might even be adding in Facebook Lives real soon as well, as soon as I can figure that out, how to get the video from that. So go check it all out, JimmyRants.com. I'm at Living Low Carb Man, literally everywhere, all across all of these formats. If you missed the live, you can watch it on replay on Instagram for up to 24 hours. All of the past episodes, though, will go up on YouTube. And if I go YouTube Live, obviously it's right there on YouTube as well. So go check it out on YouTube. Type in a keyword, Jimmy Rants. You'll find the show. Finally, we have the best of the best moments of this here show in podcast form. The Jimmy Rants podcast on Apple Podcast and Stitcher. All of these links, you guys, are at JimmyRants.com. So until next time, we'll see you then.